blinkers on.
Honestly say, I was about to have
Corrupt
sex and then I pulled
crap,
up.
but it's nice.
Good morning, I'm Pastor Denver Olsen, a correctional official at Paulson Prison for the past 26 years. Also the CEO of Healing Waters Community that has been established by the Honourable Mr. Allan Rhebok, founder.
I'm Benita and I'm a single mom of 3 kids.
I'm Roshana Pesco, activist against crime and violence and for all of humanity. So I run an organization that is a multi-sectorial organization, and we serve all elements of society.
I'm Allan Rhebok, founder of Healing Waters Community, where we save the lost at any cost.
I'm Carl Herbert from Westridge, currently under Healing Waters on the road to recovery.
I think for me, safety in Menenberg is, there is no safety. Safety is a dream still, having to come to realization for people in Menenberg, across the Cape Flats. And I think it's people like us that strive and work towards it to make it happen. Even though at the cost of ourselves, minimal resources, to a point of no resources, but we make use of what we have. And I think that for me is the energy that I love amongst people.
My journey started, I started smoking dagga when I was 9 years old. But I came from an adoptive family. I got adopted. My father had killed my mother. My mother was a prostitute. So I got adopted in the apartheid years till I had a coloured father and a white mother. In the apartheid years, that was a no-go. So I got adopted, but the way that I've come to learn now, all of that has been hushed as well, because a white family adopting a half-coloured or mixed breed, I just say I'm a mixed Masala, I've got a baby. But in those years, because of the apartheid, even when I entered into the prisons, I had to change my nationality from white to coloured to enter the prison. Sure. I was in the coloured prisons long before the apartheid and all. I think I went over 1990. Yeah, 1990 and it was 94.
94 that everything changes.
So I was already over I was more accepted because I had grown up in that environment. Even though I was adopted by a wealthy family. Oh no, if there was 200 Rand notes that time, then they used 200 Rand notes to wipe their bum when they finished. That's the kind of money they had. But that never sustained me. I had everything I wanted. I had a surfboard for every day, skateboards for every day. But that was not what I was looking for. I was looking for the love.
I was 16 years old when I got a call one night that my father got shot in the house in front of 2 of my younger brothers. Killed right there. And I had to make a decision, which way will I turn? Because being at that stage of my life, not really small anymore, revenge started to kick into my life to a point where number one, I felt rejected because I was coming from a rural area to come and live with my stepmother, to start to assist her looking after my brothers, and I got rejected by family. And I tried to commit suicide at the age of 16. Being in Lentegio Hospital, it pushed me to a level where, again, revenge took over my whole mindset. By the grace of God, there was a psychologist who assisted me, getting me out of that depression of trying to commit suicide. Long story short, 2 years after that, I found out that the very same psychologist that helped me, he committed suicide. And I, again, remorse, rejection, hatred even grew stronger, because that's when I decided then I want to finish school. I will become a police officer, because the guys that killed my father, they were still running around, and I tried to get hold of them. While I was on college, I found out that the very people was now sentenced, and I applied for correctional services. Revenge took over my mind, and that's where I got to know and come closer to what the underworld and the number system basically was all about in prison.
I think crime is a global thing.
True.
And South Africa is in fact globally the last to toe the line that has been happening for many years globally.
True.
The gangs in South Africa have all a rift amongst each other. They are fighting now for power and money.
True.
So, our government, and I don't care if they want to kill me for this, are perpetuating what is happening.
True.
That's why the doors has been opened for crime to flood.
My son was caught with just a button. Just a button. My son was caught, he had to go to jail. I took off from work because I need to know what's happening. And I'm going to say it because not all of them, I'm going to say it, not all policemen, but they are corrupt ones.
Oh.
They took my son and I asked at the police station, listen, where's my son? Nee, hy is by Havelsy toe. Got to by Havelsy, ek kan nie nou my kind sien nie, hy is môre in die hof. Now you must know he was sitting for the whole weekend. So now Monday I take off. How is that looking for me as a mother at work? I'm taking off.
The Monday.
So now I go to court. I've been sitting there the whole day. The whole Monday. And I'm going to be honest with you. The people that comes to that court, it's just foreigners that was caught with millions and billions worth of drugs. What happens to them? It's thrown out. Kom weer volgende maand. Then
You know
they
why?
outside on the streets.
You know why?
Because I have the money and I pay my bail.
How can you go into a community like Menenberg, the army, everything? You come out with 2 guns that's not even working,
Exactly.
but they shoot
You haven't
Air
even
One
left yet.
rifles in Menenberg. There's
Automatic
R5
rifles.
rifles in
Automatic
Menenberg, but
rifles.
they come with 2 stukken sting handkansies. Weet jy waar het hulle die gechannel en georganized before the time? That is the guns to shut those people's mouths.
My son was killed at the age of 6 in the car next to me when they opened fire on my car. I was the target. Wrong decisions as a parent, taking the child into an area where I know I've got a target on my back. A bullet hasn't got a name and an address. That is why I can tell you, but I suffered the same loss.
Yeah.
You understand?
What did you do, Allan? What did you do?
It sent me on a murderous spree. I don't care if you're not a gangster. I don't care if you're the pastor of the church. If your son is a gangster, I'm going to shoot you. You did that to my son. That's how I used to justify what I was doing.
You blamed everybody associated to the shooter.
If you're a gangster or a family member of a gangster, I don't care if you were a prophet, if you were an evangelist, who you were. If your son or your brother was a gangster, I would shoot you. You did that to my son. My son was 6 years old. He couldn't even spell the word gangster. That's how I used to justify what I was doing.
The drug addiction spiraled so out. We're living with the walking dead. Our children has become zombies.
True.
Zombies. The other point, parents must take note of what they feed their children. I'm going to say it over and over again, and even our adults must be very aware of what they take in, because systematically through Ritalin and Tramadol, they are already drug addicts.
Yeah.
They are already drug addicts. They are walking with blindfolds and just follow. And just, they every day on a high, have a pain in the hip, my toe pain. Oh, where's the Tramadol? So small dosages of crystal meth, they are feeding themselves through what? A legal system.
This is not just drugs and alcohol that you can use to entertain yourself. There are many other things that can make you feel happy. And also the kids of today, they are used to basically getting mentors, but that's the wrong mentors. That takes them down the wrong road because they're looking up to that guy standing on the corner that's dressing liquor or whatever, and he wants to be like them, not thinking that you will end up worse maybe off than that person.
Well, I'm saying there's a choice. All kids, I want to tell Kyle and the rest of you that are younger than you, including I'm talking about my own kids, you can't want to blame your past. You can't want to blame your parents. Many of our parents made mistakes. Today, now that I'm a parent myself, I messed up as well. I made a lot of mistakes. But you can't want to jump on the bandwagon to say, because you messed up, I will mess up as well.
We first need to get you to love yourself.
Yeah.
Once you can love yourself, then we can start the journey with you.
Yes.
If we try and take you any other journey, how can I expect you to love me, or you to love me, or God to love me,
If I don't even love
if
myself.
I don't love myself?
A people in unity is going to overcome. And it's the only way to overcome what we face. To move beyond race, ethnicity, culture. That is what the world needs. That is what South Africa needs more than ever, because South Africa's history was built on violence.
True. Of course.
The
Of course.
children of South Africa knows better. Therefore, God will keep them accountable to do better today. And so when we reach out to our community people out there, reach out to a child that needs help, it's not because we want to hurt each other.
No.
But we must be truthful and justify what God has said. Stand in your truth and justice. I've got your back. You do not have to be afraid. There's no fear in this. And we don't need money to do that.
No.
We need a conscious heart, mind and soul that loves beyond anything that is thrown.
Roshana, I'm so glad that you touched on something now. And I just want to say this specific part. You touched on something and relationships immediately kicked into my spirit. Allan and myself took on a journey, the 14th of January of this year, throughout the whole of South Africa, basically, as far as Mpumalanga. And this is what we are saying. Money can't buy you everything. But relationships can take you everywhere to get you anything. This that are sitting here, no money can buy. Nothing whatsoever. Money can't buy this. It has cost relationships to be where we are at today. Today we are able to assist somebody that are currently facing and are busy restoring his life. We are sitting with the ex-offender and an activist. We are sitting with a community worker and an activist. We are sitting with a mother that son is currently in addiction, that she have put out of the house. We are sitting with a prisoner that wanted to take revenge on the people that have killed his father. No money can buy this. No money.
My dream is to become independent, even more than what I am, become closer to God, and also just to be a blessing for myself and for my family.
My dream is to unite more organizations in addiction recovery and gang, because we've got to do it together. We can't run single-handedly, and God's word says that where there's unity, I command a blessing.
My dream is to unite all of humanity, to have love and peace for each and every human being on this earth. One love.
And my dream is basically to reach out to our youngsters out there, be a mentor, and would like to have more people from the community to be a mentor for our children, to face whatever they're facing, that we will not judge, but we will be there to assist them.
My dream is plain and simple. We will fight for the lost at any cost. If there's people out there that wants to be helped, reach out to us. I want to be a blessing to somebody, because I personally believe, again I'm going to say, my past I can't change. My yesterday is gone. But I want to be better today than what I have been yesterday, so that I can help somebody better tomorrow. That is my dream. I want to be there for people.
Yeah, Z, you should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong. You should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong.